So you know the drill. Let's just like play an idea and see where it takes us, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've been working on your ghost note.
Yeah, a little ghost note action. I've been trying to like learn how to do the karate chop like palm mute thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it makes a cool sound in the lot.
Are you maxed out, by the way?
Actually, I might want to switch over.
Yeah, I think switch over.
The other amp's a little more.
It's a little low.
Yeah.
It might have also been which input you put it in, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think I totally understood how to get that one going.
Keep it going. Okay, cool. All right. Basic groove. Okay, nice. All right. So, do you have any observations about this so far? Any
So
thoughts?
whenever I start, I get a little like, I don't even know what I would say, like shell shocked or something like that. You know, I think like I get into it and I'm like, oh shit, like we're going, we're actually playing, you know. So I feel like maybe something for me is like trying to hear the idea, and then like playing it, if that makes sense. Rather than just like starting cold with like really nothing I'm going for. So yeah. Because it is nice to feel it and then kind of like fall into it. But I also want to be, I want to be more like assertive, you know? Like when I'm playing something, I want to play it and, you know, be like, yeah, like this is what we're doing.
Heard you. Well, I actually think, and I hear you, I agree. I think that what I'm guessing, what I'm garnering from how it sounds when you're starting is your rhythmic your rhythmic foundation isn't always set initially. So in a way, I almost would suggest, now having a strong melody is integral to good music, right? But if you don't have that rhythmic piece first, then you can't even superimpose that on top of it. So I would say focus in on hearing, honestly try to hear what the drum beat sounds like to you before you're even worried about what the bass is doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when I came in with this pattern, it's fine if it's true or not, but is it what you imagined it would be, or was it different than what you imagined? Or did you imagine anything in terms of a drum pattern?
I think that's a good point. I don't think I really thought about what the drum pattern would sound like with the bass line that I was starting to come up with. So
okay.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes it's like this work before you even touch the instrument that makes all the difference. So let's say now, so there's a couple things I want to try with you. One, I want to see if we can get your musical mind to the point where you're hearing it before you start.
Yeah.
The other thing is like knowing what your go-to ways, because I also want to start a pattern myself and then have you come in, because you got to know how to lock in with the drum part, right?
Yeah.
Like how do I add on to this and make it make sense together, right? Okay. So based on the bass pattern you played, how, if you had to sing like a drum pattern that would go with that, what would it sound like?
Okay, so I was waiting.
A little louder so I can hear you. Uh-huh. 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 Take that drum pattern, and I won't force you to sing it while you play it, even though sometimes that can help.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of your own coordination abilities, we won't do that yet.
Okay.
But I want you to try and hear that pattern in your head, and so I'm not even gonna play, but I want you to try and hear that pattern in your head as you play this bass line.
Okay. Same one?
Yeah, same one.
Okay.
I'm starting to hear it. It's coming together. Now, a couple questions for you. Do you practice with a metronome?
No, not as much as I should.
Okay. So, I want to alert you to a couple things. So, one, start doing that. There are two clocks. So there's what I'll call the internal clock and the external clock.
Okay.
So the metronome is an example of an external clock, right? So it's doing the work for you. It's keeping it steady, and if you ever wander off into your own imagination, it's gonna bring you back. Like, oh fuck, I'm late, or I'm early, or whatever. But then you also have to cultivate the internal clock. So you should be able to, ideally, be able to stay within a, ideally you're like, you could stay in one tempo and lock in and whatever and be a robot or whatever, but you're a human being. We are all working to get to that level. But getting to the point where you, without the assistance of any other musician, I think we talked about this a little bit before, but like, don't rely on any other musician to hold the thing together. Yeah. Like if everything dropped out in the middle of a song, you should be able to, the song should still be there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, okay, there's a couple practical things I think we can do to accomplish this. And by the way, in case so I don't forget to say it, but I gotta send you some Victor Wooten videos. Do you watch much Victor Wooten?
Yeah.
Like he's the guy.
Yeah, he's a goat.
And he has like videos where he'll like, he's got to the point with the metronome where he'll like play a bar and then he'll let it go silent. You've seen those videos?
Yeah.
For whatever, however long, and then
Exactly.
still manage to come back in on time.
Yeah.
That's a strong internal clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's developed a really strong ability to hear the thing and play with it,
Mm-hmm.
but then he also knows how to hold and internalize that information so that he can come back together with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. So let's one more time, but now what I want you to do, it's a physicality thing. A lot of players you're gonna see somewhere in their body, right? Either your foot, which is why last time I was recommending you can also do it with your hands by creating like ghost notes.
Yeah.
But you need something that's gonna keep you
In time.
and not getting distracted by all the syncopation. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So whether it's your foot, right? That's one way.
Right.
With your right or your left foot, and then also you could.
I think one issue, like, well, I used to play music like a while ago too, but like one issue someone told me is like, oh, they were like the bill. Like I realized whenever you're playing, like your hands and everything, like they're doing the right thing, but your feet are like completely out of time. And so like I struggle with that to this day, where I'm trying to like stop tapping my foot actually.
I see.
I think my hand would actually be like a better, mechanism to keep me in time.
Well, how about we try them both?
Yeah.
So let's see.
Sure.
So just for the sake of it, humor me. Let's start with your foot.
Okay.
But now it's not. So, but what this requires you to do is something different.
Yeah.
So your foot has to stay.
Yeah.
Just gotta let it. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, just start with that. Just getting your foot. Yep. Okay, you're tapping that heel. Okay, good. And now don't worry about a bunch of ghost notes or anything. You just gotta. Your only objective would be like right. Like hit those notes. Don't even change frets even for now. We're just focusing on locking in.
Okay.
Good. Don't stop. We gotta lock in. You gotta take more time than that. Okay, good. Already it's sounding much more consistent.
Yeah.
Now, I know you were moving it around, you were moving frets, so now I want to see if you can play your more extended pattern while keeping that foot.
Okay. Are you feeling a difference? Yeah. It's a lot of like mental effort, but yes, I'm feeling a difference.
Don't worry, it'll start to get really easy, like where you don't even need to think about your foot. But you need to just be doing it so much that you're like literally you're gonna get to the point where it's gonna go on its own.
Yeah.
It's almost like weird, like it's like magic. You'll just be like, I'm not even playing. You know what I mean? It's just going.
Yeah.
But so that's one way to achieve that. You are absolutely, your timing was much better.
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah.
I think the mistake a lot of us make is thinking of our instrument as like a hands activity, or you know what I mean. But it's a full body activity. Like drums, you always know, you're aware it's a full body activity, but everything is drums.
Yeah.
As we discussed. And the more actually you can integrate your whole body into the process, and there's different ways people do it. Some people are tapping on it like that. Some people only play standing because they're and I would encourage you to find the different ways that you can create that metronomic clock for yourself, that internal timing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, in a certain way, you're in conversation with yourself, or like you're adding on to what the band is playing, right? Like if the feet are already doing this, okay, now you're adding the bass part to what's happening on the ground.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So now, for the sake of it, let's you can drop the foot for a second, and this time let's have you try and be more of a timekeeper with your fingers.
Okay.
Right? So this would require you to go or some variation of that, where you're hitting the pulse, not the right.
Yeah.
So actually, maybe let's even see if you can do that. If you can just hit 1, 2, 3, right. Right, and now hit on the fret that you're gonna hit. Okay, good. Now do the same thing. I want you to put your fingers in playing position. Right. Yeah, you can use one finger, you can use multiple fingers. Okay, good. You've created this metronome. Now I want you to try and play the pattern. So, okay, good. That's a fine example. So, did you notice? Was there anything you noticed when you did that was different than when you were playing before?
I mean, I felt like before it was almost like I was trying to do too much with my hands. And what I really needed is just something to like hold down like this space, I guess, in a simple way.
Right.
Yeah, because I realized, if I'm trying to throw in like all these other things, what really gets me half the time is like, my finger kind of like fumbles on one of the strings, and then like, I'm kind of screwed from that.
Right. You never want techniques to detract from the groove.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely what Victor would tell you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So keeping that rhythmic pattern very simple. The purpose of it is to ground you, not to be impressive or to like. When you get good, at holding it down, then you can superimpose these more intricate patterns and stuff like Victor would do. You know what I mean? But it starts here. Never let, and that includes notes too, right? Don't let your search for notes detract you from keeping that. You're more like a drummer than maybe you might even know as of yet. You know what I mean? Like your job, our job in the rhythm section is that, right? And then you get to bridge the gap and start creating melodies, creating this foundation harmonically.
Yeah.
But never at the cost of the groove, of the rhythm.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so let's play together for a second. Let's see. I will also say to you, it felt like, even though maybe it felt like a lot, when you were tapping your foot, it felt more steady than when you were just doing your hands. Yeah, alright, let's try it. pattern. So now we got to figure out. Now we can't hide behind a vocalist or keys or any. It's just us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do we make this interesting? How do we take it up a notch? You have any ideas?
Okay. Well, I guess like the first thing I'm trying to think of is like, what can I do that I can execute consistently in the context of the group? Which like at my skill level, truthfully, is not a lot, but we can think of some things. Like the melody, I'm not too in love with. You know, like I wish it was a little more like something, else. You know? Again, I came up with it in a panic too, so I'm like, damn, okay, so that's the first thing, is just the notes, honestly. Like, we could like keep the rhythm and just like try different notes, and that might even make it sound a little more interesting. And then like there's also like the rhythmic aspect. Right now there's a simple boom, 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 boom. And so like we could try like, playing around with that.
Right.
Doing something that uses the same notes and a different rhythm. So maybe those are my two very broad ideas.
No, those are good. So here's what I'll say. I almost like that you started in a panic because that's more true to life. Especially in a jam context, right?
Yeah.
So it's not only true to life, I actually think it's preferable, because the simpler that your initial idea is, like ideally, I think you'll have an idea that like is inspiring on some level.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the part that's missing right now.
Yeah.
But because it's a simple part, that consistency part becomes easier, and then it's about learning how to, while you're flapping your wings, like figure out how to maneuver, right? Like, okay, we're going to be fancier, but like we're already in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that being said, you have this simple pattern. So, okay, what can we do? What can we do to spice this sucker up? I have a couple ideas.
Yeah.
So, one thing I think we can do is, well, the first one I was gonna say is sometimes a really simple pattern is boring, but then if you start switching between keys to do it, that can be fun or interesting. Like even if you went da 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 da, even that adds some like harmonic intention and interesting like interest.
Yeah.
So like, why don't we try that? Why don't you just take that? You don't have to go to the second part, to the and then move to a different key.
Yeah. Okay.
And then come back. And
Okay.
let's see how that feels. If that adds, let's just start this. See if
Okay.
that adds some interest. 1, 2, 3. Classic. Find another one. Okay, good. So alright, so now we just have to pick one.
Yeah.
Or maybe two.
Okay. Sure.
Right? So now it becomes a chord progression simply by taking this one simple idea and moving it in a couple places.
Yeah.
But don't do so many that we're like, where the hell are we?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna recommend you just do the first one and go back.
Okay. Cool.
The other thing maybe I'll just say, when we are away from home for too long, that's when it starts to feel like what is happening.
Yeah.
But when you stepped away and then you come back, it feels like okay.
Yeah.
That's enough tension and release.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, so that's step one. Does that feel a little more,
Yeah, a little more interesting.
little something, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's see what else we can do. So you had then you had some rhythmic. I guess the idea for rhythm
Sure. Yeah.
was the second idea, right? Like how do I? Okay. Do you want to? Let's see if we can hold down that pattern now. So we've established the pep chord progression.
Yeah.
And I want you to be try to be a little more rhythmically adventurous.
Okay.
I want to remind you that being rhythmically adventurous does not mean you have to move to more notes,
Yeah.
right? Like taking just one or two of those. Now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's different,
Yeah.
right? Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. So already, I think the bass line has more like beat to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Let's see if we can take it up another notch. What can we do?
Maybe like octaves and like this.
Yeah, you know the tricks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so yeah, it's like doogie.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. You're like, sure, whatever. Yeah. Easier said than done. 1, 2, 3. We lost the pattern a little bit. Starting to get it.
A little bit.
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna have to just keep it going for a little while longer to give you some more room.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a fine balance. What I feel like I see a lot from you is like you go from like locked in mode to explorer mode,
Yeah.
but we want to find that middle space, right? So can you jump and then come back down, right? So, and towards the end, I was starting to feel that like you were adding stuff, but it's always gotta lock back in on the one, right?
Sure.
So okay, at least for now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thundercat later. Whatever. Even though like not that's no shade
Yeah.
on Thundercat, like he knows how to.
For sure.
He be on the one, like
Yeah.
he's always on the one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I like how quickly you walked that back. You're like, you know.
This is on the internet.
Yeah,
You know, I don't want
that's
anyone
what
to like. All right. Thundercat, if you're listening, we love you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, ah. Okay, you know what? You reminded me of something.
Sure.
I actually just saw this video from Open Studios.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. They have a lot of good like jazz education stuff.
Yeah.
But the bass player, I don't know his name. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll find him.
Yeah.
But he was talking about articulation basically, and he was talking about the difference between long and short and long, right? So you could be going do 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 or do 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 do, like the difference between that, or then just doing do 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 do, or just long, right?
Yeah.
Do 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 do, and those all have a very different feel too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Mixing that in there.
yeah, I know, and I do want to acknowledge I'm askingly low key. I'm asking a lot of you right now to like hold all these ideas simultaneously. But I want you to try and see if you can integrate them now. So we're gonna try and take what we have, and I want you to play a little bit more with the note length, the articulation of those notes,
Okay.
to create a different feel.
Yeah.
Or even, because that's what I'm saying, even if you don't create a new part, it can feel entirely different depending on the note length.
Right.
Like I find when you like do longer notes, it feels a little bit more like, okay, we're like driving, like, you know, versus something that feels a little more subtle.
Yeah.
Good, right?
Okay. Let's try.
And we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can follow your intention energetically,
Okay.
like try to bring it up or bring it down dynamically based on what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you feel?
A little better. I mean, like, there are some moments of like, okay, like I feel like I'm losing the groove, so you know, like let me step back a little bit and like, you know, focus on just locking in with the drums. But I was like, you know, able to like, you know, do like a fifth or two, and just kind of like play around with some ghost notes, and the note length thing helped a lot. I feel it added some more variety too. So
nice.
I feel like there were times when I didn't know when to like keep going with an idea in that regard, like in terms of articulation, because I feel like, you know, I have an idea and then like not commit to it sometimes.
Right.
And so like feeling that through like all levels of like my music, I guess, that showed up in my articulation as well.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a really astute observation. I think that gotta commit. That's really what it comes down to. You choose one and you stick with it. Same thing when you were picking the different key centers, right? You were like, you went all over the place, but you just gotta say like, that's the one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And that's, I guess, what I'm trying to encourage is just letting an idea develop. And that actually starts to, at least for me, that starts to be what the fun is. It's like, wow, how well can I sit in this thing and then find different ways to do the same thing? Kind of like different ways to like maneuver around the maze of it, you know?
I guess like one thing I'm also feeling is like in terms of phrasing, I have like a very like strict idea in my head, I guess. Maybe like a little too strict. That like, oh, like, you know, 4 bars, like you have to figure out, you know, some way to progress this idea or like push on it. So for me, it feels less like, you know, freedom to explore and more like, oh, like, you know, when these 4 bars are done, like you have to
do something.
You have to do something,
right?
You know. And so I'm trying to like figure my way like through that, but I don't know if you have any.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, I'm glad that you're observing that. That is a lie told by the devil.
Yeah. You took that straight from Sinners.
right.
That's right.
It's like, put down the guitar, son. No, it's that's an illusion that game we all play with ourselves. Like, I have to be interesting, I have to be, you know, whatever, inventive, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I think everyone can use this advice, but in a way, I was gonna say that guitar and bass, or rather drums and bass, have less room to play with that. Like, people expect guitar players to overplay low key, or piano players to like, but there's certainly bands, as we've discussed, where drummers or bass players are being super noodly and all over the place. But our primary function is to lock in and honestly be more meditative than the rest of the band. I find, because that's the thing, is like, I think you have bands where if everyone is playing the role of being the busybody, then it just sounds like but if you have a great bass player who's saying like, no, my job, at least right now, while they're flying, is to like make sure that we're anchored, it gives them so much more room, and the music just feels better. Like, in a way, it's less oftentimes it's less about being heard and it's about being felt, especially with the bass. You know, they say like, if you're a great bass player, they may not even know you exist.
Yeah, exactly.
They just feel you in the space. So focusing in on just creating that feel. So in a way, I want you to start trying to train yourself to have the opposite response.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
resist the urge to like advance too quickly.
Yes. See, even challenge yourself in your practice session. See how long you can sit on one idea.
Yeah.
Because, you know, trying to like summate this idea, but I think one of the things that separates a great player from like an intermediate or a beginner is a great player can do the same thing like 10,000 ways.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they call that? They say in like martial arts, like, you can, whatever. Be scared of the man. You know, some people practice whatever. Some people practice 1,000 different strikes, but be afraid of the man who practices one strike 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing. If you can just, and I know you're already bored, so low key that's part of the game, and it's like, can I not online, so I'll say it. Can I not delete myself by just going do do do? Like, how long can I sit in that?
Yeah.
Because what you can do is you can be playing the same damn thing, but be focused on something entirely different each time, which is kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like this time, okay, we're focused on different rhythms. This time, and I'm truncating it for the purpose of this workshop or whatever.
Yeah.
But at home, if you can sit for an hour and be like, I'm just focused on sitting here and trying different rhythms. Now this time, I'm just focused on different articulations. You know, and we didn't even get into, we're just talking about long, short. We're not talking about do, 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 or do, 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 like, you know, or do, 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 like the different slides. And like great players, they know how to play with those little slides and hammer-ons and pull-offs over the same two notes, right? So that's what I would encourage. It's like, okay, one time, hey there.
Hey.
We're doing rhythm section practice, so this is great.
Yeah.
We're gonna
You said what?
We're doing rhythm section practice, so we're gonna do a drum and bass section.
Sweet.
But I was just gonna say, like, one time, I'll do this. I'll try to do this if I'm really on top of it. I'll be playing rhythm, and I'll be like, let me for a while. Like, let me change my center of focus.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm only focused on, like, what my foot is doing as the lead.
Okay.
And then I'm focused on what my left hand, or my right hand, or my left foot. So you could do one time where you're mostly focused, your center of focus is just on your foot, and making sure that you're locking in the metronomic piece, right?
Yeah.
And then the next time you can focus on, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you don't have to change the pattern. It's like, in an ideal world, it's like you're actually kind of low-key playing this game with how do you keep yourself motivated? Like, we all know we're supposed to go slow and whatever and play the same thing 1,000 bazillion times.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to go crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to keep yourself engaged, because if you, like, the point I'm making is you can do that forever. And if you don't want to play bass anymore because you're just like, I've been doing this for weeks and I want to die, then switch it up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But like, playing with that balance. How can you get to that meditative space and maintain that space and stay inspired?
Yeah. Interesting.
Like, maintain the joy, maintain the enjoyment of the process.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it all pays off, but some of it is like,
Trash.
you know,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's like, it's short-term versus long-term gratification. All this like intricate stuff, it's not going to be as satisfying as you going like that. That's like, yeah, I'm killing it. Even if you did it sloppy and the rest of the band is like, that didn't even go in the place you put it, it's gonna feel good to you. Like, yeah, I just did that. But all this like this detailed stuff is the stuff that in the end, when you do that, then they're gonna go woo, because you were like precise. You did exactly what you meant to do because you had like all that feel.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what
okay.
I mean? Anyway.
No.
TED
yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
Thank you for attending my TED Talk. How are you, Joy? You good?
Yeah, just got my
Nice to
nails
see
done.
you.
something.
Yes.
Oh shit, looks nice. Oh dang, Anto's cool.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you're styling on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, but I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, we've been like just having this whole conversation about the conversation between bass and drums.
Right.
What I'd like to do, and this is kind of nice when we have smaller groups for this reason, we can get a little more detailed. So far, we've been basically basing things on a pattern that Nabil came up with, and I was filling it in, and we're figuring out how to make it, feel nice or whatever.
Yeah.
But now, what I want you to pay attention to, because we're gonna get you on these drums, but I want you to like listen in and watch first. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start a pattern,
Okay.
and then I want you to see if you can come up with something with it that feels good with it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get on, Joy,
Okay.
and then we're gonna, see what sticks.
Okay.
Let's see. Give me a second.
I'm standing up. I feel like I gotta.
Okay, let's see.
Just so your ID and that shit's hilarious.
You said what?
I just saw your ID. It's hilarious.
Oh, my ID? Yeah, my ID face? Yeah. Alright, hold on. So yeah. All right, we're keeping it simple. We're keeping it locked in.
Yeah.
What were you focused on when you came up with that pattern, or how did you develop that idea?
Yeah. So I think something that honestly has been helping me a lot, just coming up with rhythms, is just like starting just like tapping lightly on the bass, like trying to figure out what the my anchors are in the rhythm. And so I knew I wanted to do like.
I really like that wording too, because that's kind of something I do lyrically.
Which wording?
Yeah.
He said he kind of taps to find his anchors in the rhythm.
Right.
And that's I know it in my mind. That's something I do when I'm rapping, or I intend to like do some type of spoken word thing. Like I'll usually follow the drum and look for like, okay, I can anchor my here. These are my entry points, and this is where I can jump to once I listen to it for a second. That's why sometimes when I just come in hot and I'm like, that's why I be off, because I didn't stop to listen and find my anchor points.
That's what we were talking about in the beginning too. Is like I felt okay. You kind of also had your own perspective on this, but like the panic to start.
Yeah.
Was like what I was feeling, especially like when we started kind of cold. And so like even this time I felt like. I felt like I had to come in, but to kind of like keep that panic at bay, I started tapping on the bass instead of trying to just play something immediately. Once I honestly, when I played the first note, I was like, that's not what I expected, but like, okay, like, I know the rhythm. I know the rhythm, and the rhythm can help me figure out what to do with this note that I just landed on.
Absolutely.
And so like, I think that made me feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I think that instinct is right on, and there's also this piece of. Sometimes it's like if I haven't warmed up, I might feel a little more self-conscious, or I might like you're playing this game with yourself. So there are things like that, like getting back into your body.
Yeah.
So just physically like feeling the instrument before you've even been heard. There's things like that help. So I think that's a great idea for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna take this moment to. Now we gotta talk about clave for a second.
Clave.
Yeah, it was a little sloppy, but it was.
Okay, you got that.
Yeah, absolutely, clave. Okay, but so, and I talked. It's been a long time. I think maybe it's been like a year since I talked about this at the workshop. But so there's the clave. So clave, it's in Spanish. It literally means key.
Okay.
And there are patterns that we associate. There's like a couple common claves, so that's one of them. One is two of the most popular are son clave, like which goes. That's son clave. Then there's rumba clave, which is close to it, but it just has one note difference. Okay. And in the context of Latin music, that's everything. Okay, that's the key. That's the thing that's grounding you to the whole rhythm. So like, the clave is also literally an instrument, which is just like two wood blocks that you hit.
Yeah.
And people who come from a Western context, a lot of times they treat the cowbell or the clave like, oh, this is cute, and let me just do and it's like, no.
No.
It's always like, yeah, it's like, how dare you? Like, usually the clave player or the cowbell player, it's gonna be like the most experienced cat in the
They kind of set
band.
the tempo of the whole thing.
They're holding the whole thing together, and so it has to be a person who has the ability to meditate and not get distracted and want to be like, like, you know, because they want, because they don't have the intention and the focus, right? So that's clave within a Latin context. But what I wanted to just briefly address here is the idea of clave, because I think the clave is contained in everything, and what that means is there is a skeleton. There's a rhythmic skeletal structure to any groove, any pattern, that's holding the thing together, that's gluing it together. Okay? Because like, if we're playing yeah, go ahead. What do you think the clave is? Right, something like that. Right. That's so. But once you understand that, because I may add more notes, there's little articulations and other things I'm doing. But if you know that, if you know that's what the glue is, that allows you then to put other things on top of it. Right, so I think that's what you were saying when you rap, right? Like you know what's up.
Right, I know where the like again saying anchor points or something like footholds is kind of like if I were to visualize it, it would be like climbing a rock wall of like knowing where to put my hand, like where these holes are gonna be to get me to the next level of where I'm trying to go. Right? So like I could step blindly, but the instinct of knowing bump, bop, 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 right? It lets me scale like Spider-Man instead of like I'm clumsy, fooling around.
Yeah, and I feel like that's also the essence of flow, right? Like when you understand where things fall, then you can find a flow that really feels, it's got to feel, right? So that being said, let's do this one more time. What you may have not noticed is I started trying to adjust it slightly based on what you were playing, but I want you to try and listen to the groove one more time, and I want to see if we can agree what the clave is. Because agreement's also important.
Okay, interesting.
Right? Okay, so what did I do? Yeah. What would you say the clave is there? What do you think?
Sounds good.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you say, there's a couple things. You said what you were doing. So that's how you felt it. You heard it. Good.
That's how I heard it.
Good. Okay, interesting. How did you hear it? Interesting. Okay, so let's try this real quick. This is great, actually. I love that there's like some subjectivity, right, in this. All right, so we're feeling it differently. So I'm gonna play the pattern a little quieter, and I want you guys, can you clap out your clave with the pattern?
Okay.
So ultimately you had something a little more fancy at first, but then you just kind of landed on, I'm on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Which I guess you could argue that's the mother clave to everything.
That's the clave song point.
I was like, I'll be safe down here.
You know what? I love that. Yeah, when in doubt, that's the clave. Like if you don't know for sure, that is absolutely the clave.
Isn't that what Bootsy Collins says? He says, find the one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the one. Yeah, that's we're in the same kind of conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one is always gonna get you where you need to be. But then
But that's not what you was playing.
no, it was also there, but like I would probably visualize this more like if I'm hearing it in my head, I'm probably thinking something like that, or even just do.
Right.
Like and actually the more space you leave, you can be more adventurous because you're not taking up as much real estate. But I know that I have that heartbeat. Like as everything else can be more improvisational or varied around it as long as I hit that.
Right.
See what I mean? So whatever. Whatever. But all I'm thinking of is do. I even got a little distracted, so it's hard. But you gotta be like, I find that I play better. I even made a little video about this, but a little reel about this. But yeah, if I'm really thinking, duh, you don't even have to feel the space. Duh. So I would say, find your skeleton. What it felt like you were doing, so you went back home. Like you were like, fuck it. Which is a good instinct. I think you were actually hearing your own idea on top of what I was doing. So I wouldn't call that the clave, I would call that like you're in conversation with it.
Okay.
But I'm trying to get to what is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is already present, not added on, not any syncopation, like what is already happening.
Yeah.
Right? Let's try a different pattern and see what we come up with. What's something else? What's music, guys? I'll keep it going. I love what both of you guys were doing. You filled a little more of the space. You filled less. But what was yours again? Play. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Changed it.
I did?
Yeah, you did. Now that's the same.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was extending.
You heard the difference.
Yeah. Well, but I guess what I'm saying is I was still trying to stay. There was variety, but I was trying to stay in the core groove. So like, that's how you were hearing it.
Right.
And you were like,
Yeah.
Both valid.
Yeah.
And
I was low key. I was just like looking at the
bass drum
at that time. Yeah.
And as a bass player, that's what you do. That's what you do. As a starting place.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, let's see. So just for the sake of it, also let me see what time we're at. Hi guys. Is anyone? There's like. Hi. It's 8:30. Okay. So try to come up with a pattern for this, and then we're about to tap you in here. We're about to tap you in. Relax, take a load off. You got your nails did. You know what I mean? Just had a lot of luxury.
I'm listening. I'm absorbing.
All right, we'll use that pattern. Clap on. Clap on.
Oh my gosh.
That just my brain I had to finish it. Wow. Isn't that fucked up? I haven't heard that in probably like 20 years and it's just like permanently in my brain. It's just a commercial. That's a commercial before your time.
Yeah,
man. It's like,
that's the thing.
that's
TV was
crazy.
TV was once free.
Was
it? Right.
People couldn't be on it.
Right. That's crazy. Okay, so what I'm actually I think maybe would help you to take more of Joy's approach in terms of the clave.
Okay.
So add a few more beats into it.
Yeah.
Use the bass. Now I would say use the bass and the snare
Okay.
as your guide. Got.
Yeah, you were doing this really tight thing for a quick second, and then you very quickly abandoned it.
Probably got scared.
You were like, yeah, that part. That's why I said, like, you quickly abandoned the idea, but it sounded really deep where you were going with it. So you started like doom, and then you did doom, doom, doom.
Yeah.
Like you had a groove coming in, and then you were like, it's too funky. And you ran away.
Yeah. I think with everything we've been talking about, I'm also like fighting this whole thing of like, let me like be aware of the groove and make sure like whatever I'm doing, I can really like hold it down, necessarily.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to stifle you. I know I don't want too many competing voices to get in your head.
Yeah.
Trust yourself first.
Okay.
And honestly, I think we all need that. Trust yourself first, and then if it's fucked up, then be like, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah.
Nah, 100%. Like I was starting to listen to Saturday's session, and there was something that was said along the lines of like, if it's trash, but you won't know if you cut yourself out from the opportunity of pursuing that idea. Right. So like always pursue the idea, and as soon as you register with you, like, this don't feel because it'll always register internally. It'll be like, this don't feel good or this don't sound good. Okay. One of those two things will happen within you, and like just bring yourself back to that.
Then you are fine. Yeah. Okay. But no, lean into that. Lean into what that idea you're coming with.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. before we abandon this, and then I want to get you on. I want you to now. I do want to see you try and let's move around the neck a little more.
Yeah.
Right. The goal of the ultimate goal. I think you also came for the jazz workshop, and it was kind of a similar concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once you have that rhythmic, you have your clave, you have your rhythm inside of you.
Yeah.
Ideally, you should even practice sometimes like forgetting about what a key is. Just like allowing your hands to move. But see if you can move a little bit more fluidly with this idea. Right? And we're just gonna try and come back to that. But
yeah.
Move up and down. And but just as long as you stay in the groove. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like allow yourself to abandon the tonality a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like give yourself more space.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and it's like, I feel like when you're on your own, I would just advise you to, you set up a groove, and then you mess around, and but then you pull a couple ideas to add on.
Yeah.
So that now you're back locked in. And now over time, I feel like you're gonna get faster and more like eloquent at articulating your thoughts, right? But like allow yourself to just sit in that pattern. Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah.
And Troy, you get on these drums before you fall asleep.
I'm not gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
I am nice and awake, okay? I only have one day drink today.
Fair enough.
Smart.
Where were you? Okay. Okay, let's see.
Did you move these drums since I was here last?
Nope.
Yeah, you had to, man. There's no fucking
What
way.
do you mean, the seat?
Maybe not the C. Maybe.
Not really. I have a weird setup. Now, Bill, can you do me a favor? Can you just press that button that's telling me my phone's dying and just say, okay, we're dying. But to be clear, the point is what I'm saying is my mostly
Yeah.
I'm just kind of bouncing.
Yeah. And then just moving everything around.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you left-handed?
Nope. But alright, I'm gonna set you up right.
It was so awkward. It's like this,
Wow.
right? So it's like
I know you're not
I'm
used to
trying
it.
to get like I'm just like my legs don't work like this. Like I gotta side. It's like I gotta side saddle the drums to get my legs set.
Well, for the sake of it, so you're righty, right? Okay, so right hand hi-hat, right? And you can still use you can use that tom as your snare. True? Anyway, alright. So the idea, I'm gonna give you some instructions here so we're not just like whatever. But you see what I'm saying? Like I'm just like more than anything, even if
Yeah.
and then it doesn't kind of matter. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it automatically like we can feel it.
What's going on?
You know what I mean? So just getting like really used to picking the pattern, whatever it is. That's your pattern, that's your drum move, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can superimpose stuff. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, alright now Joy, let me give you some guidelines here. I've low-key, now that I've been teaching drums more, I've been like, shit, I might need to, cause I have this is like, you could almost consider this the same as like an alternate tuning to the guitar, you know what I mean? Like it's a different position than people are used to.
Yeah.
But,
It felt like last time I was here that this was a little bit more like I was able to sit like this very comfortably and I was reaching.
well, let's just adjust it so it feels good for you. Let's just adjust it so it feels good for you. So, let's see. So ideally, Joyce, your legs should be at like a 90 degree, right? So you don't have to like,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be like too extended, but you also don't want
So
to be
it
like,
should be like kind of like this.
yes. So try it first. Let's just try to adjust your seat so that your legs are like that, so you feel like comfy. Okay, why don't you just put your, yes. Okay, cool. Okay, that right there.
This is
Yes.
And this feels good.
Okay, good. And that's too fucking far. So now,
Way too far.
let's just put this so it's like not too fucking far.
Isn't there like a meme from Whiplash or something? The guy yelling, it's like, oh, that was the problem. The seat height was the problem.
From Whiplash? Oh, I never saw it actually.
Yeah.
I was like, I already lived this trauma. I don't need to, like, I hear like,
I don't know what's a documentary. But
or like, I heard that like chefs don't watch I like The Bear. I love The Bear.
I watched the movie.
Okay, see, but
And
you're,
it's
and you're a
literally
real one. You're a real one.
It's literally the only one I watched.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, but it's so realistic. I know some
Yeah.
chefs that are like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, that first season really took me out. Like that
Mhm.
first season, I was like, nigga.
Yeah,
Ah,
and you're also more experienced. I feel like the guys who I knew who didn't want to touch it, like they had just gotten out of chef school. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, this is
Yeah.
too. I'm still processing this.
Yeah,
this is too
nah.
close to reality.
I was like a couple years out of the game before like the Bear came out, and I was still like that first season took me in, like I didn't finish watching the first season until the third season came out.
For real.
Deadass.
Oh, did
Deadass.
the new season did come out too?
The
I
fourth-
don't know. The
fourth
fourth
season
one.
just
I haven't
came
watched.
out.
But the last, like the third season, I actually loved. The next two seasons, the next three seasons, I really do love. because what it does capture is the passion and the real love of like why people go into
Why they
that
do this,
field.
yeah.
Like there really is so much like thought and dedication and like obsession, and like it really is that type of like that type of fucking level of perfection
Yes.
will drive you nuts, but also I so miss it. Like I really miss it, like doing things that like excited me, and then also like I would watch people eat it and they would just like feel it's kind of like the most instant gratification you can get as an artist is to and watching somebody enjoy your shit secretly. Like you know you cooked it, but they don't know you made it.
Right.
So they're gonna go talk to your boss sometimes, and your colleague and be like, "Oh, that was so great." But like, actually, it was that bitch down there. But, you know what I mean?
But anyway. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about like the dedication, the level of love that is put into a fine dining experience, or just
Right.
you know, people are really dedicated about food. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna get into a whole. We could get into a whole thing about that because I want to hear about if you saw the menu too. That's a whole other conversation. But okay, so
oh, I
music.
didn't know what that is. Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, shit is crazy.
That was wild.
It's fine. No, it's fine. Yeah.
So antsy on these jokes.
So it's okay. They won't break. I don't think. So now show me your hand position, Joy. Where how you?
Like this,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
All right. So yeah, try and play a pattern. Show me anything. Okay, hold that idea. I see you, Nabil. Alright, see if you have something that great foundation. So yeah, get it. Show some love for that. So okay, here's what I'm noticing, and I think this is like people underestimate how meditative this part of the band is, you know. And I think half the time that's what makes it really hard is it's like, okay, how can I like get deeper into this thing versus like, or how can I step away but make sure I come back versus like losing it all together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're like, affirmative, agreed, relatable content. So if I may just for a second. Okay, so I love that line you were doing. The one thing I think is, again, I think you were having trouble settling on which one you wanted.
Yeah.
I feel like low-key all of them were great. But like you had to choose one.
Yeah.
So like, what was it? Okay, I'm gonna call that the foundation. And to me, out of the ones you did, when you were doing like, that felt really good to me.
Okay.
And we'll just consider that the main groove for this. Can you play that pattern? Do you remember? Get. There it is. Okay, keep that going, Jordan. Now that is one variation. I also see how you're doing. Which is also very cool. And let's just see how it sounds on the beat. One more time. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jordan, for 1 second. Exactly. I won't say any of those are superior over any of the other ones, but I think it's really a question of like the feel you want to create.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when it's on the beat, you're just like really reinforcing this like, dude. But when I felt like it was funkier when you were, felt a little blacker actually. They're all black.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. But the point I want to elucidate for you is, I just want you to start getting more in control of when you are looking to reinforce the time versus play against the time.
Okay.
I think you were doing a good job, but it felt like you were having a hard time deciding which one to do.
Yeah, it was.
So there's a version of this where you're just, and you're just not that.
Yeah.
God. Ignore everything I said. And that's valid, but you gotta stick to that if you're gonna do that, or if you want to be on the offs. Because I think that's the gonna play again. I think that's super cool. And again, that's your two-step, so. Whatever else you can do. Right? Okay. Now, let me give you a few pointers to it, because I love this groove. I think we can just like, I feel like this class is a lot about like, it's about timing but also articulation.
Yeah.
Because I think with you innately, and let me actually not even dismiss, like you already have like a very strong rhythmic mind from years of making music. But so now, to me, I want to hear more of your enunciation of your words. Like it's sounding a little. Yeah, it sounds like you got a little.
I got you.
So let's figure out how we can turn this groove and make it a little bit more enunciated. Okay. So, kind of the same conversation, but let's put it in the context of the drums. To me, this is what's holding everything together.
Right.
Right? And look, this is both a like conceptual reality and like a practical reality for you as the player. Mm-hmm. If you know you can keep that, like when you did step away and you tried other things, what I loved is you made sure that was consistent. Because now the band is still locked in. Like even if you do something that's a little, you know what I mean? We're still in the music. If that drops off, now we're like, where are we?
But then I always have to come back to the
Yeah, well, I guess I'm arguing. Well, yes, in an ideal world, the clave pattern,
yeah.
You're accentuating that with your hands. But I'm saying that, like, this is that's the thing, and it's just important to know, because like, playing drums consciously. So saying like, oh, I know that this is in this groove, this is what's holding this together. And in a different groove, it's a different thing. In jazz music, a lot of times it's the ride pattern. It's not the bass at all. It's all about the ding, 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 right? So knowing depending on what groove you're playing, what style you're playing, what's holding it together. So this is the groove that's holding the band together here. And then anything you can do here, you can do a lot of variations as long as you keep this solid. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I am going to say is, what I also think is what happens is, sometimes, especially when we're just starting at drums, everyone thinks you got to do too many damn things at once.
There you go.
But you don't. And one way you can accomplish that is like, if instead of thinking of it as 4 limbs, if you reduce it down to 2. Like you're thinking like bass and your hands together. But now, see, you're still syncopating or coordinating these limbs. But what I'm suggesting is, can I just show you real quick? Just make it simple.
Yes.
What I'm suggesting is, so you have your pattern, right? And then I like some of the like accent notes you did with your left hand, but I'm saying if you're going, there's a word where you also go. So instead of trying like
to do just coordinate what
like
you're doing. Right.
just have these be together, and now it sounds tight. That's true of fills too, right? Like little things. Like if you want to do, you can, but you cannot go. Like whatever it is. Maybe it sounds a little older school or something, but
No. It makes sense.
but it's a great place
Like
to start from.
if I'm using each half of it reduces how much I'm thinking about, because I know like sometimes, especially because I don't know the specific notes of each drum yet. I remember last time you were like, hit it here, right? Something. That's what I'm still learning. Is like, where did I hit it, but hit it consistently and precisely. So like, it's not this.
Yes, exactly. Get it like microscopic. Yeah. So just being a little bit more broader, and let's just start there. So just think now, if you're gonna do anything, like. The same drum. So now you're like, not to belabor the point, but now you're staying in the groove, and then with like, it's almost the equivalent of like changing notes, right? You're just changing the orchestration, and so it gives a different feel without you having to do too much. Like you're still in the same body pattern, like you're still in the same dance move.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so let's try that first. Let me just hear you. So just do your pattern. And just see if you can do it with hands together like that. Get. Good. just lock in on that. I love the variations you were doing. But also remember, you don't have to hit hard because the drums are loud
That's true.
by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's gonna help you with some of your control if you're not trying to like swing. So then you can hit more precisely. Okay? So just we're gonna perfect it. You're gonna work on that, and then you got your pattern that you came up with. All right, let's see.
Do the same pattern.
Same pattern. We're gonna get funky with this. Anything you guys observed while doing that?
I like that better. Nah, like just in the way that it felt much. It made more sense in my body. Like it felt like it made sense in my body to move both my hands at the same time. Like there was a lot less conflict in my brain about what I was supposed to be doing, and it was just like, all right, well as long as they both do the same thing,
Like that's what was going through my head. Like as long as they both do the same thing, it'll be fine.
Yes.
Like just don't lose the groove. And then like there was a moment you saw I lost, I couldn't get it. I was like, wait, okay.
But yeah, but then you came
like
right
double
back.
dutch.
'Cause- Yes,
So
exactly.
that felt different. That and the sound, like you said, it was less sloppy. It was more well articulated. It was sharper.
Mhm.
Also, like just like the, cause I love the sound, but it doesn't always fit in places.
Right.
And like, so that gave, and then gave it the fullness I had, that I wanted to hear in my head. So that helped a lot.
Hell yeah. And what I noticed too is like with enough time, right? That's why I'm saying it's meditative. The longer you stayed in that pattern and your brain will automatically start adjusting and be like, okay, I understand this.
Right.
And then it gave you more space. You started doing some things with the open hi-hat, you were like moving around because your body is more comfortable in this pattern. So great work. Now I wanna add something. I think you weren't here for this part, so I wanna let you know. I feel like kind of the beginning of this conversation, part of it was also just talking about what we'll call your environment. So like you're always in conversation between, okay, what is my skill set or my level of expression, my ability to articulate myself, but then also my environment. So if your environment is working against you, it doesn't, you have to work 10 times harder in order to say what you need to say, right? So in the case with you, I was saying like, okay, make sure you go get a tune-up, because they call it a setup, right? And just making sure that you're using minimal effort. This gets kind of deep because, on one hand, a lot of great players, they start on shitty instruments because, you hoe, whatever, you can't afford the OR, and because of that, then when you're on great instruments, as I said, it makes it that much easier. But then oftentimes we blame ourselves when you don't realize that you're actually playing a different instrument than these other people are. Like you both think, oh, I'm playing bass, the other cat's playing bass and I'm playing bass. Actually, maybe not. Like he's playing a $3,000 or a $5,000. Like it's like he's driving a Ferrari.
He's got 2 other strings.
And you're driving a Kia or not even a Kia.
You want a bike.
Driving a bicycle.
Right. You on a bicycle, right? It's not even the same. You on a bike, my nigga, and you pedaling hard.
You on a bike, my nigga.
So
That's funny.
and the gap can really be that big. So being aware of that, so we're not absorbing too much of our own doubts and questions. The reason I said this is because now I'm taller than you.
Right.
And I actually think when we're at the jam, I want to get you in the habit more of just getting familiar with, you can set up a drum kit, right? Sort of, kind of. The more you're just comfortable with drum kits, because to me what keeps happening is you keep hitting the side of the rim, but that's also because I'm higher up than you. This drum kit, remember when we got here, you're like, this is fucked up. You're like, this shit is off.
Right now.
Because it was set up in a way that was comfortable for me.
Right.
But your body ergonomics, the things that are natural for your body are going to be different than me. You would either you'd either need to, oh no, I was trying to show you, but sure. But you either need to, actually, keep these. You either need to adjust the seat up so that you're higher, so that you're not accidentally hitting the rim, or, as an example, just as an
Make the
example.
drum slower. Right.
Right, slope it toward, if I,
This one was slow.
like here.
Mm.
So now,
That's
okay, that changed everything.
Is it?
So now, unless you're not gonna hit the rim unless you really want to. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's all I would say. When you're sitting down at the drum kit, sometimes in the jams, people really great drummers can you learn to adapt to a certain degree. But also, I think really great drummers will be like, y'all gonna wait until I set things up so that it's actually comfortable for how I play in my body.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So getting in that habit too of just okay, is this actually work for my, the more you play, you're gonna get a sense of okay, does this really work for my body?
Yeah, because you know what's different as well? Right here, when you adjusted this, I could feel that I was actually punching over a little bit.
There was more tension.
Yeah.
And that's the other piece of it. That's what I was saying, right? Which is like, a lot of times we pick up bad habits because we're just used to the environment forcing. Like, we think the minimal effort is actually way higher than what the minimal effort should be. So we're carrying, this is a whole nother workshop, right?
Yeah.
But we're carrying all this stress on our body because we're absorbing all the weight. We don't even necessarily realize it because we're so used to it.
Right.
So if you start from a better place, like an easier place, now everything flows so much more simply. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, not to say we old, but we older. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have as much. When you're 20, you can fuck up. You can sleep like this, and you wake up like woo. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like,
Shit.
but when we doing physical shit now, like, you gotta be like, all right, let's make sure this shit actually works for me.
Right.
So I just wanted to put that in your head because I want you to play.
No, you're right. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that was like, let me not touch this because it's not my set. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that I didn't know, I just didn't think to touch it, right? Like, there's this, it's like being in somebody else's kitchen.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
make whatever you want. I'm like, I ain't cooking in your kitchen.
You're right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Like, this is your
I'm good,
kitchen, bro.
actually,
I'm good. You know, so it's kind of like that, like, there is that sense, and I feel like that's kind of just ingrained in a lot of us. Where like we don't think that we can adjust things for our bodies. We think that like, well, this is how I got it, and because it's such a privilege for me to be able to sit here and play, let me not, you know, play myself and mess anything up. I don't want to mess anything up because this isn't even mine. You know, and then again, some of it is that you're broke and you're poor and you don't want to break nothing. Because you can't afford to play it.
You're right,
It's just
right.
like,
Yeah, right.
nope, I'm not touching it. I will work like this. Like, it's,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's fine.
It's fine, right? It's fine. Yeah.
Nah, I felt what you said. Even like, I mean, my dad's African, so it's like anytime you breathe, he's like,
Right.
like what you doing? Like, you know, like stop that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
not
what you,
free.
yeah, exactly.
It's so
Like, you'll run a little too fast down the street. It's like like you know, like,
Right.
And no, but I seriously feel what you're saying. You know, just in like multiple contexts.
Hypervigilance. Hypervigilance.
Low trauma. We are some dark people. Nah, you, like artists in general are the darkest people you'll ever meet. Like all the way around, and then like every area of art has a different like level of darkness to it. Like comics are like somewhere in the second level of hell. Like it doesn't work.
Oh, it's crazy.
But like
Yeah,
musicians
comics
are
is
right
crazy.
above comics. Like right above comics and musicians. The people who are all the way in the pit of hell are photographers.
That's funny. We're gonna have a whole combo with that. I always thought I do low key. I have a hierarchy for like I think dancers are better than us low key, and it might also be because they're like one like there's no money in it, so they're all doing it because they just love it. Like I feel like it's a little more pure partially. Not to say there's like listen, their egos and bullshit and dance. But low key, my experience of dancers is like they're very in their body. They're very like they're connected in a certain way. They communicate in a certain way, and there's no money in it. So, but maybe I would probably say it goes like maybe it's like dancers, musicians, comedians, actors. Oh my god! Oh my god! The insanity, bro! Like it's so crazy.
Below actors are like visual artists, and then
Oof.
below visual artists.
Oh, what about writers? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Like below visual artists are writers, but photographers aren't though.
And that's why they're all alcoholics.
They're all
they're all just like.
I'm not an alcoholic because I don't go to meetings, so. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. You're so off. Talk about left. Like, what time is it right now?